drop.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the EverQuest Next podcast for Grievance. We'd like to welcome everyone to the news that we're going to talk about this week. And with us again, we have Liette. Say hello, Liette. Oh, I don't know why I can't hear you. Oh, there we go.
No either.
Okay, now I can hear you. Okay. Yay! Say hi, Chip.
Hi.
Chip, you're supposed to be wearing your hood for this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Chip was trying to look cool like a Sith warrior. But we're talking about EverQuest, so you got a little confused. But welcome everyone. We're going to talk about this week's news for EverQuest Next this Thursday evening. And so first we'll just get right into the roundtable response. Last week we talked about they put the question out whether we love fast travel or not. And so before we get even into that, Liette, Chip, what are your views on fast travel? And what do you prefer?
You know what? For me, early on, if I'm in a game, I want to turn off the UI, enjoy the scenery a little bit. But then when I'm like higher up there, I don't want to spend 30 minutes traveling across zones. I want fast travel. I want to be able to get there because I have stuff to do. My time is important. But I feel you need to unlock it first. You can't just go. I've had games before where a high level would literally take me around. Hey, take this point here and teleport me around kind of like I'm on a piggyback or something. And I'm like, no, that's stupid. I want to see it and get there. But then when I'm like a high level, I want to be able to port around. I don't want to just, ride on a horsey, press R, read the book or something. It's like, oh, hey, I'm here. Yay.
Yay.
Well, I agree to an extent. I mean, ideally, I'd like to see them wait on fast travel, say maybe till the first expansion. That way people are forced to get to know the world. I'm hoping that it will take till very close to the first expansion for you to really max out your character, even though we're talking about horizontal paths. So I suppose that's quite subjective, but I think it's important to get to know the environment, get to know the world. I think you miss out on a lot when you don't travel, and so much of the glory of EverQuest 1 and for a while EverQuest 2 was being able to run around and see the big ice glaciers and all these parts of the world that are not only scenic but really fun. Yeah. You might be missing out on encounters, especially with that dynamic UI they're planning with roving mobs and things. You'd be missing out on your own adventure if you're just fast traveling all over. So I'd like them to hold off.
Well, guess what, Liette? You're going to be disappointed because in their roundtable response that they put out, first of all, they mentioned that this subject garnered over 200 pages on the forum and comments. So there are a lot of thoughts on it, but the overall consensus is that everyone wants fast travel, but with limitations so that it doesn't ruin like the exploration feel. So that feel that you're talking about, that you want to turn off your UI and enjoy the journey. And so,
oh yeah, Chip's more plugged in.
Yeah. Is that you riding a horse? Was it that motion or?
I don't know if I ride a horse. I might kill the horse.
I'm sorry, a chocobo.
But I would.
You're riding a chocobo.
That might be his crunking dance or something.
Yeah, I don't know what that movement was.
Oh, if you want me to dance, I can dance. But...
Okay, good. We'll wait till the end of the cast for you to dance for us. But what they were saying is there's going to be exploration first. So just from the overall consensus of what everyone seemed to want, exploration first. And so the system they said they most likely will have in place is you have to explore the area first to be able to travel there. But it wouldn't be instantaneous travel. It would be like, you would say like the griffins in EverQuest 2 or the horses in EverQuest 2, but it wouldn't be like super fast where it's just like you're trying to get by all the scenery and everything. You'd still have to travel through it, and they were gonna limit instantaneous travel, like wizard what they used to call them, portals or druid rings, wizard spires, and druid portals and everything. All that would be very limited. They didn't say how limited, but for now you have to travel there before you could fast travel. So how do you guys feel about that?
Good.
Yeah. I actually like
happy to meet him.
Yeah, I like it because they're saying the reason they like this is because the world needs to feel big. And so if you could just travel anywhere at any time, all the time, the world starts to feel really small. Like EverQuest 2 right now, to me, even though it has like how much content, it feels small because it's like you could just click on that little globe or whatever sitting on the docks now, and you can just travel anywhere you want to, and you travel here, you travel there, and you're instantaneously there almost. And so the world feels small. But if you have to travel through everything and you have to slowly get there or brave mobs to get there, it just really adds to that epic feeling like you're in this huge world that's actually dangerous.
Yeah, can you imagine that, like, you know, because I don't know about you, but I like that, you know, the griffin idea. Let's say you're traveling, you take like 5 minutes, you know, you grab a quick drink, something, you know, get up, stretch, something you need to do, get the blood circulating. But can you imagine this in EverQuest? You're just traveling along and then somebody just says, "Boo!" and it just shoots down the griffin, come crashing down, and then he PKs you right there. It's like, win!
I didn't even think about that.
That sounds awesome.
Alright, so Chip, I'm hearing no pee breaks for you when you're on a griffin ride.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no stretching. Oh, I stretched and I died. So, but I hope one of the funniest things I always liked in EverQuest 2 was at any point in the ride you could always jump off the mountain.
Yeah.
So to cheat to get somewhere, you're like, okay, I'm over this area, I need to fall. Especially in, do you remember in Kingdoms of Sky? That expansion God. When you try to hit some of the islands and stuff, so you could cheat to get to some places. Talk about exhilaration.
Miserable fails. Lots and lots.
I hope I hit it.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
Yeah.
So hey guys, I'm dead again. Yeah, I had a lot of those conversations.
Yeah, but I like this idea of travel to make the world seem big, rather than be able to travel everywhere. Because I do miss because right now it just seems like in most MMOs everybody just travels by themselves. They can get to wherever they need to by themselves or wherever. But I kind of miss that. Like if you did want to travel instant somewhere, you needed a wizard or you needed a druid, and so you'd call on a druid friend. Hey, can you open up a portal or a ring or whatever for us to go through? And so the raid would go through the portal, and then you'd get to the raid zone, or you'd go to the spire to be able to travel to the next continent. Like I kind of missed that feeling that it takes a little bit of effort to travel through the world, and so it's not just like click here and oh, we're across where I needed to go. So yeah.
Yep. I'd be cool with like caravans of players so that you have less chance of, you know, PQ and being PK'd.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, PQ. That's gonna be the new. Yeah, it's no longer pew pew. It's no longer pew pew. It's
that'd actually be sweet. Just a caravan of players traveling.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah.
See, they haven't confirmed guns, so I can't pew pew.
no pew pewing yet. I hope they have guns, but it's like muskets and I don't know, whatever. But the next question they had this week for us was how long I don't know if this is a question, but how long should the day or night cycle be in EverQuest Next? Does this matter to anybody?
I'd like a slightly shorter night cycle.
You're just like well, I don't know. What about like Nectulis and everything where the forest got really dark?
I mean, if it's dim and night all the time, that's cool. Or, well, night-like. If it becomes completely dark and you're just kind of generally screwed unless you have a torch or something, I'm good with that too. Just could it not last, 3 hours at a time? Could that shorten it down, at least compared to day. I have bad luck at nighttime in general. So, you know, I don't really want to push it with pixels because, yep.
I really liked it though, like when in the original EverQuest, when it's like some mobs would only spawn at night, or like a mob you were camping, you could only find it at nighttime or at a certain time of day and stuff. So to have the night cycle, I mean, most games it's like an hour or so, right? Or 2 hours, 3 hours for a whole day to pass by in the game. But as Mobius says, he wants real time. He wants real time night cycle, and so imagine everyone's always raiding at nighttime.
Yeah, that might get a little hardcore, bud.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so you'd only see one part of the day all the time, every time you play. But that's one of the options they gave us. And so how about you, Chip? How do you feel about day or night cycles? Does it matter?
Oh, it does.
Okay.
I've played the games before where, you know, certain mobs only appear between 6:30 my time to 7:30 my time, and it's like, you know, it followed the cycle of the real world. So it's like, well, how the hell am I supposed to get this thing from this thing? I can't get to it because I'm busy. So it's like, you know, or game time or whatever. But it's just like, I don't know. For me, I want them to shorten it, but at the same time, I want to experience what it's like. Okay, you understand if it's like daytime, you get to do this, but nighttime, you have the freedom to do this. But of course, you have the limitations of what comes with being at night. I want them to really make that feel, you know, it transitions well. I don't want them to make it feel like, 10 minutes it's daytime, and then 10 minutes later you see the moon and you're staring at it, and then you just see it like, you know, one of those 70s like TV shows where they like show the days going by or something like that on the calendar. I don't want that. I want to really experience the nighttime, turn it off, see all the good stuff that happens at night, and then I'm like, whoa, it's suddenly daytime, but not such a long time has passed.
Yeah.
I do think it would be cool though, since EverQuest is a magical based world and they're talking about players being able to affect it, if there were events that could make, you know, daylight last longer or night last longer. You know, maybe the bad guys are winning and Nextalos is always in the dark and there is never ever a dim, you know, version. I think that'd be really cool too.
Remember how they always talked about like maybe like a druid would be able to like affect the weather, or someone would be able to cast a spell and so it'd be able to affect the day, like, okay, the day is going to stay longer, or the sun's going to stand still, or it's going to rain. That would be cool, but that's not what they're asking. But we should tell them so they can put that in the game. So,
but that would be pretty neat. Nobody's done that before that I'm aware of.
Yeah, and we haven't even seen weather or whether they're going to have any kind of dynamic weather system in EverQuest Next, but you would think so with the kind of game they're building and everything. So yeah, I don't really care too much about the night cycle as long as it's not 24 hours Mobius, or it's not like Chip said where it's like cycling super fast where 10 minutes later it's nighttime and then 10 minutes later it's daytime, but just a good balance so you can experience everything. But the real exciting news this week was in the developer diary. We got to see more of the game and more about crafting and landmark, and so we'll just watch that video really quickly.
Hello, my name is Darren McPherson. I'm the lead game designer for EverQuest Next and EverQuest Next Landmark. In today's Dev Diary, I'd like to talk to you about some of the tools that you'll be using as you harvest and as you explore in EverQuest Next Landmark. When you begin the game, you'll begin with a copper pick. This copper pick will enable you to use and access all the Tier 1 materials and resources in the world. So these resources include things like tin. And once you've gathered enough tin and iron, you'll be able to make an iron pickaxe. This iron pickaxe will then allow you to get silver and amethyst and topaz. And this is a progression that continues on through 5 tiers of resources. There are 4 types of tools that you can get in the game. I mentioned the pick. You can get a sickle, you can get an axe, and you can get a bucket. The bucket is for liquids, things like lava. So once you've got these materials and once you've gone through the progression, all 5 tiers, and you've gathered all the rare resources like obsidian and lava, you can then use those to create materials. Very much like you would craft a recipe. So when you want to create a mahogany staircase, you've got to get a gold axe, and you've got to go harvest dark wood and then make a staircase out of this wood using those resources. It's a very fun progression in gameplay. Let's go look at some of the materials that you'll be able to craft using the resources that you harvest in EverQuest Next. Here we have a few types of stone. We start with the small cobbles, moving all the way up to the very large stones. Use those to build walls. We have a very smooth marble, and something you might make roads out of as well. Here's some snow and some ice blocks that have been carved. We also have some couple types of our gemstones, as well as some sand and some rocks and some stone. The various types of wood, all the way from flooring to shingles on a house. Here's some riveted metal, as well as some metal with some striations on it. And here's a very large iron block, and some obsidian and some lava texture as well. So all very good things for you to be building with and constructing with, but you have to find all of these materials in the world and go through the progression to find all of them and be able to use them. As a special treat, we thought we'd take you through the castle that Dave Jorson recently posted on Twitter. Let's see how he's made this. You can see he's used some props here, some light sources, a couple types of stone, both a cobblestone and a large stone, some more props. Let's go into the kitchen here. So as you see, some of these objects have particles and lighting effects on them. We have a forge in here. Also, he put a pretty large light source. There's the number of props that you're able to use to decorate. Let's descend down into the basement and see what else there is. We have a group of benches and some small light sources. And some small flora that he's put, some mushrooms and some crystals in this small, very enclosed garden. Well, it looks like someone has broken into the bottom of Dave's castle. I wonder if he knows this. Maybe next time we'll go down and look. Thank you for joining us today on the Dev Diary. We appreciate the time you've taken to watch this, and we'll see you later.
All right, Chip. Crafting man. I know you're the crafting man.
Oh, I am? I don't know.
Well, from what I've known so far, you love crafting.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. Oh, you love leveling, you love crafting. What do you think of this, how crafting is working in EverQuest Landmark?
I like it. It feels... There are many games out there, and I'm sure all of you know, where the crafting feels like, okay, I just need to obtain this, press one button, and poof, something magically happens. I don't like that. I want to feel the transition from going out, starting your day, so to speak, and you go out and get the materials you need, and then you go back and you make it yourself, you really work hard on it, and you produce a quality piece. You don't just press one button and poof, it just appears. I mean, for me, I want to experience that. It feels really good to, you go from one end to another and really see what it's like. So it's really cool to see. I really like it. It's very promising.
Yeah. Yeah, and what seemed really cool when he was showing the different materials and the different types is just to be able to, in pretty much every MMO, you run out into the world and, oh, there's a bunch of trees, but you can only harvest the tree that says harvestable tree or whatever, and so you have to go click on it, yeah. But imagine, like this game, it's like, okay, he was mentioning a staircase. He says to gather materials to craft the mahogany staircase, you would need to get your gold axe that you had to craft and you had to get all the materials for, and you had to go out and look for dark wood. And so if you go into a forest with a ton of dark wood trees, you just go chop down whatever tree you want and you harvest it from it. And so to me that seems like really immersive. Like, okay, I'm going into a mountain or whatever, and then you see this vein of gold right there. I need to make a gold axe. There's my gold. Okay, I'm gonna start picking my way at the gold or whatever. And so to me it just seems more natural rather than just hoping you find a node before everyone else does. How do you guys feel about that?
I like it a lot better than the Node Wars. In EQ2 it was always the race to get to it first and click on it. you know, so it's like carpal tunnel for you. So I'm glad we'll be missing that a little. You know, if two people run up to the same tree, I guess you're gonna have to have a squabble, and I don't know, is that when you have a fight with axes? But is my gold axe better than your axe? No, I think it's awesome to have crafting be more immersive. I love a system in which you don't just walk up to a crafting station and you randomly have junk in your inventory and you push a button and then 10 minutes later it's done. Or you send out, well, not to knock any current games, but I thought it was very, very,
Star Wars.
Yes, simplified, to just send out your companions, you know. I could boss people around anytime. I'd want to make my own stuff. So, yeah, this will be fun.
Yeah, but imagine like you're going into a mountain and you find, because you're gonna have to search for like the stuff for like the gold veins or the silver veins that you need to make this stuff. Imagine like you spend an hour searching for this stuff and you find this big old cave full of like gold or whatever that you need, and so you're like, oh, I'm gonna craft away, and then someone finds your hole. Or you see them like burst through another part of the cave and then they come in there, like you said, would you want to go like shovel wars or pickaxe wars and start fighting each other? I found this cave first.
Well, I guess that's the point where it's also a really good community building opportunity where you have two people go, all right, I got this side, you got that side. Anybody comes in to mess with us, we're gonna bash them over the head with our bucket.
Yeah.
So
speaking of buckets, bucket of lava. They're like, you could put stuff in your bucket, like lava.
You know, somehow the bucket of lava just doesn't seem feasible.
It doesn't.
Tiger traps. That's what you got to do.
Well, maybe it's a magical bucket that can hold lava. Maybe. I don't know. There are things I don't want to carry. Yeah. You know, lava's probably one.
Yeah, like you can imagine the handle. It's like right above the lava and the heat's rising. It's a little hot.
I mean, it's just so involved. You have to have an oven mitt.
You're gonna put that in your backpack.
Or balance it on your head, and you know that's just inherently dangerous.
Yeah.
So
when I was watching that video for the first time, one of the comments was saying, "Wow, that escalated fast." He was like, "And then you grab a bucket and you can put liquid in it, like lava." And it's like, okay, not water or something else.
But is lava a liquid?
Yeah, is it a liquid? Or is it like, what was it? What was is it liquid or is it a solid, like gack or whatever? What is that stuff? I don't know.
Gack.
Anyways. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. I feel old now.
Remember that stuff though? It was liquidy and then you touch it and it solidifies.
Gack in your hair.
Just like lava. So anyways, they mention how you're going to have to get copper. You're going to start with a copper pick, but to harvest higher level things, you're obviously going to need a higher level tool. So you're not going to be able to go harvest obsidian or something with your copper pick. You're going to need to get a gold pick or whatever tiers of metal that they go up with. And so they mentioned they had 5 tiers so far of metal in EverQuest Next Landmark. And so do we like the tiered method to where we just can't, so it's not necessarily leveling, like, oh, you need to be skill 100 to start harvesting from this, but hey, if you got the material and you got the axe, you can go harvest this. How do you guys feel about kind of eliminating the levels of harvesting?
Well, it makes it a bit skill and time based. You'll have to put in the time to acquire the tools that you need to get the materials that you need, which is great. Now, gold axes, I don't know, gold's kind of a soft metal, so if they could realism a little bit, you know, come up with a different metal. It's pretty, I know, but
your gold axe is for sand. It's like, that's what. I don't know.
I don't know either, but no, it's a good idea. It would eliminate a lot of issues of people burrowing into the same cave filled with gold, and one person has, you know, the ultimate best tier 5 pick, and the other person just has a little measly crappy pick, and then tier 5 can be like, sup homie, bye, and little crappy pick can just, you know, wah wah, and go home, whatever. But I think it's a good rewarding system.
Yeah.
So works for me.
Definitely you can't, I'm sorry, but all this that just fascinates me. It's like, really, you're going to use a pick that you're going to be using every single day, and you're going to make it out of gold. One, how is that feasible?
I'm not the only one.
You're like lifting it one time, you bash it down, one, it shatters. Two, when you lift it over your head, it's probably going to tilt you back because gold is heavy.
Or someone's gonna rob you because you have a giant pickaxe of gold.
Yeah, and you know, you attach. Imagine this: a gold head and a wooden shaft. So you try to lift it, it'll just slide off. Somebody will just say, "Yoink, see ya," and it's made out of money. Yep. So I don't understand. You know, come up with something different. I don't care. Like, tin. There you go. Tin is one of them, right? Yeah. You mix iron and copper together, it makes tin. Yeah. And guess what? Tin is a much harder substance compared to either or. See? And it's feasible. It's cheap. It's not gold.
I'm sure the finished product is going to be a little more feasible. Who knows? We might not have a golden pickaxe because
you just don't have like the strength or something to pick it up. She's like, ugh! And then you just tip backwards and fall, and you're like kind of like a turtle. It's like, somebody get this off me.
Realism. We're looking for realism. So, yeah.
Wow. And can you imagine the parkour where we've seen the video? Yeah, for real. I mean, that's just straight up dangerous, yo. If you drop that thing mid-spinny cycle, and you're down here and it's still up here, bad things are going to happen to you. I think that would be really cool, by the way. Free advice, Sony.
Especially with lava in your backpack.
You're just jumping in and you just jump in.
Why do I keep getting damaged? What's bothering me? Oh, it's the lava in my backpack.
Your pockets just split open and everything starts dropping out. Yeah. Big gold pickaxe there, lava there, and you know, other stuff there, just giant logs of it, and falls on top of people. It's like, oh hey, free treasure.
Yeah.
I want to know, what would happen if you had a bucket of lava and a bucket of snow in the same backpack? Do they like cancel each other out? All like,
maybe. We have magical insulated backpack.
No. I would like one of those for my lunch, but
you can keep one side hot. You can keep one side lava hot. It's like a hot pocket. The inside is like burning lava hot, and the outside is cold.
Okay. Okay, so you keep your beer in one side, and your hot pocket in the other. All right.
The hot pocket backpack.
Now I'm thinking hot pockets.
Yeah. Now Chip is hungry.
Sorry, Chip.
I know.
But I liked how when they were showing the materials, and you went from like the cobblestone, like the large stone, the marble, the snow, the ice, like all these different materials that we can use to build with. And you could see some of the designs, like they had the little boxes of the cubes, or that one metal had like the rivets in it, or it had the little lines on the little sphere that it was showing. It's because when they first at SOE Live, they showed a video of like they kind of gave these tools to the development team. So they had the art guys, they had the QA people, they had the designer, they had all these different people who may not even be messing with this start building with EverQuest Landmark. And some of the stuff people were coming up with, like they never even thought of. Like someone built like an ice castle. Like no one thought, oh, I should build something out of ice. Like everyone started building with stone, started building with wood or whatever, and someone went off and built an ice castle, and it had like ice shingles like hanging off the side, and then so it's like so many different possibilities that we can't even think of. But you're gonna be able to not only just build with those, but put details in every single one of those little pieces and everything. Because one of the comments I saw, it said that, oh, this isn't anything like Minecraft because it's not blocks. But it is all blocks. It's like these tiny blocks, and then we can smooth them over and everything, and so it's gonna be like a super duper detailed Minecraft that I look forward to. But anyways, they showed us the castle. We were all excited just to see pictures of Dave Georgeson's castle that he built, the little horseshoe castle that he had, the little U. And so,
once we got in there, I don't know how little it was.
Yeah, exactly. It seemed little. Like it was like they showed the picture and it was just sitting there, and you're like, oh, that's cool. Like he said, he built it in like 2 hours or something. And then they walked in, or when he walked in, I was like, man, this place it's pretty big. It had like a forge, had an upstairs area, it had a kitchen. what did you guys think of the inside, or just something he built in 2 hours? And this is not like an instance. This is like out in the middle of the world, and this castle is just there. 2 hours. Thoughts?
Well, it tells you a little bit about his priorities, and that he has the shrooms and a wonderful, secluded, easily defended spot downstairs.
Yeah, but
somebody's burrowed in, so he has an escape route for his shrooms.
I like, yeah. I like.
All it reminded me of was like, you know, in like Harry Potter 4 where they have the magical tent and it's like small, and then you enter and it's big. That's what it reminded me of. I'm like, wow, yeah, it's kind of plain. You know, where's his artistic touch? Come on, make it fancy, make it purple.
Yeah.
Like a purple castle.
That was like well, you can build a purple castle if you want to, but that was like his 2 hours of work. But like, to imagine how detailed you can get, because some of the chairs and everything, or the tables and stuff, those are like props that you can put in, but like the windows and everything, you can craft those however you want, whatever size you want. Like, how tall is the castle going to be? Like, everything is, it's not just like this plug-in kind of thing, but it's like you can design this with whatever detail or however you want. If you want a mahogany staircase, you need to go get the dark wood and make a nice mahogany staircase, so you can be like Anchorman, so your house can smell of rich mahogany. Leah's like, I've never seen that movie ever. Okay, so possibilities. Just seeing the castle and walking through it. Chip, besides purple castle, what would you like?
For me, if you're gonna create something like that, it needs to have your own personal touch to it. Stone is very cold, it's very impersonal. So if you're gonna do something like that, a stone castle, you better make sure that when you enter, you can say, "Wow, this is me." So it's basically like when you walk into different people's houses. You understand they have different smells, but then when you have that one significant scent that you know, this is my house. It's always different from other people's houses. You understand?
Yeah. I wish we could
That's
smell
how
on EverQuest.
What does your house smell like?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
like,
right now it's a mixture of food and a mixture of my dog, but you know, stuff like that. But
okay.
It all mixes together to identify it as your house.
Oh, okay.
That's what I want.
So when I walk in your house, it's gonna be like, Chip, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I want for them to have. It's like, wow, this is his house. It looks way too fancy. What the hell is going on here? Did he have like some interior decorating help kind of here? Because that like dining room set is amazing, kind of thing. You know?
Very nice, very nice. So you want a house to be warm and just like
customizable ambiance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need it to be yours. It can't be somebody else's.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you'll be able to do.
Looking forward to it.
Okay. How about you, Liette?
You know, I just want a really cool bar.
Yeah, you keep saying that, like, you want a shack and you want a cool bar. That's
yeah,
cool.
I mean, I have priorities here. Shack, bar. Shack is for the people I throw out of my bar. Okay. So yeah, that's my plan. I think the extremely customizable interior, well, that can be made up of so many things, and we saw that in EverQuest too, and that players would take pieces of furniture and use it in ways you never expected. So they would use pretty shelves and spin them a certain way and make a beautiful spiral staircase out of shelves. And it was perfectly usable. You know, you run up your spiral staircase of shelves. It was cool.
Yeah.
I hope we have that same amount of freedom in Landmark and Next, because yeah, it does. It just really adds to the player experience, being able to use things in ways you didn't expect.
Yeah.
For example, I would like a lava moat, you know, and a little trapeze thing.
Yeah, and you can have some buckets next to the moat so everybody can pick up their
They're not
lava.
taking my lava.
But, like, okay, like you were saying, like in EQ2, like stuff, like everything inside housing in EQ2 was like props, right? So it was like the set thing, or the set room, or the set island, and then you put your props and you design it. Well, EverQuest Next has props that you're going to put in, so you can design with those, just like EQ2, but then also the building, the land, everything around it is all yours to mess around with and design, so you can have your ice castle of awesomeness that's purple and has a shack with a bar, and then we can all be happy in one place.
Ooh.
No, no, no. I'll have my place and you have your place and he has his place.
Or you can have an ice castle surrounded by lava, defying any sort of reason that an ice castle would survive by lava.
You know, I think you should put the lava in the bottom of the ice castle and then you have like a built-in sauna. That's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Or if they put physics in and all of a sudden, like, the next day you show up and your castle's all melted, you're like, what the heck?
I think that would actually be really, really, really cool.
No, my castle, I spent 5 hours. Okay.
You just sit there, you know, you literally just do /sit. You just watch the castle melt slowly over time. You just see it drip and drip and drip, and then it's like, bye! It's all falling into the lava, and it melds in with the lava, the ice cold. It melds into, like, obsidian or something. It's like, woo! I have a pool of obsidian!
This was my plan all along. Obsidian.
I like it.
I have made a puddle.
Yes, puddle. All right. Well, that's all the news that we have to talk about. We're not really talking about news anymore. Oh, I zoomed.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I get 2 visions. Oh.
I clicked one. Wow. I clicked one button on my mouse, and all of a sudden it zoomed in on Chip. That was
Who doesn't want to see more of this?
That was my Chip. My Chip zoom. Well, thank you, Chip, for coming on.
Of course.
This week, talking about crafting and everything. Even though I know you've never played EverQuest.
I know, right?
But I'm sure we'll see you in Landmark building your purple castle.
Yep, just means we have to indoctrinate you.
Yes.
I might have to switch to pink. I mean, you know, we gotta rock the pink. Know,
yeah.
It's gotta stand out, and pink is like the most amazing color. I mean, I can't wear it, but my castle will sure as hell rock it.
I hope they had flamingo, so you can at least justify it a little bit. That sounds good. You know, yeah. Flamingos, pink castle.
Okay. Okay. I did not hear just hear Chip say pink, but anyways, I'll see it, and we'll see a pink castle sitting in the middle of a forest. It's gonna stand out like a big old bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
Oh my God! I can create the gumdrop forest. I just thought of that.
Why did the flamingos all throw up in here?
All right. So we know Chip wants a colorful, fruity, unicorn-filled forest.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Liet, coming on with your new mic.
Yay!
Thank you, Mobius, for the new mic.
Thank you, Mobius. You're awesome.
Whoop. My hat. It's a grumpy. It's a grumpy beanie. You see grumpy right there?
No.
No.
Yeah.
You don't see grumpy?
Oh.
No.
There's grumpy.
There's stuff on it, but I don't see the grumpy part.
It's grumpy. It's his face.
It looks like a panda.
Oh, okay.
It's just me.
It's my World of Warcraft.
Oh, now I see it.
It's my World
and it
of
just
Warcraft
looks like, you know, squiggly.
Yeah. Okay. So on that note, everyone, thanks for watching. You can follow us on Twitter at Grievance Gaming. You can follow me at Dashiva. Make sure to go to our YouTube channel if you didn't get a chance to watch this, or you want to watch the beginning, or all of our other videos like Wildstar, or some of our interviews, or a lot of stuff we're throwing up there. We're throwing new stuff up every week, almost every day, new videos, and so go there, subscribe, and thanks for watching, everybody. You guys have a good night.
Bye.